Hey, welcome to Drawn Alive. My name is Brian Thompson. This channel is dedicated to just having a place to share some of the things that I think about while drawing and hopefully have a cool conversation with you as well. In the last video, we looked at this drawing and I wanted to kind of break down my approach. There's some concepts that I introduced in the last one that I thought maybe would be helpful to illustrate with a little bit more focus. I specifically talked about creating a holding shape at the bottom of the page, and that this holding shape creates tension upwards where the energy wants to go in your drawing. When you're drawing directly, you're basically creating things to respond to all the time. In this example, this energy going upwards, I used as a catalyst for these organic shapes that wrap around the central form. Here it is again in the actual drawing, put into practice. So I want to look at another example in this drawing using some of the same concepts. Again, start with a really interesting but simple shape. Establish your figure-ground relationship. Think about where the complexity will be and where the tension will be created, and then also where the release will be in the drawing. Remember to think about the negative shapes. They are just as important as the positive shapes. Here it is in practice in the drawing itself. And this is a little bit reverse engineering as we analyze a drawing that was already done directly. Kind of looking at what went into it subconsciously and what are the decisions I was making while drawing, because this is always fascinating to me. Analyzing what we do afterwards. I use these same principles all the time as I'm doodling, drawing in my sketchbook, or doing these large direct drawings. Something I wanted to touch on was spotting your blacks and letting the blacks breathe for as long as you can on your drawing. Don't fill them in solid. You kind of trap yourself if you do that. By leaving some space within the blacks, you can indicate things like reflected light or texture. In this example, we take a really simple figurative form, very easy figure-ground relationship. We look at the way the black area can in itself be the resting area. Again, focusing a little bit more on compression and release, in this case landscape. Make sure you focus on designing really great negative shapes as well as positive shapes. In this area, you create like a flood. You can compress through a large area of black, your focal area. If you've seen some of my other videos, you know that I love this kind of rapid thumbnailing process and just looking at the kind of visual storytelling that you can do in these small thumbnails. These kind of devices and tools become habit and almost second nature, and you're drawing almost unconsciously in the flow state. Thanks again for watching.